When we feel stressed or lost in our life, most of us take short trip, go offline, or maybe spend a few days in mountains, right? But one man took it way further. He did not just escape the city, he turned himself into a goat, built a coat-like legs, walk on four legs, and sleep outside. Simply he lived with the goat. And this is the true story of our Thomas Thwaites, who did all this to just escape the stress of being human. Thomas is a designer from London. He explores how humans live, behave, and interact with technology, often through provoking experiments and projects. Before his GoatMan experiment, he was already known for the toaster project, where he tried to build a toaster entirely from a raw material. Thus, his curiosity and love for unusual experiments led him to ask, what if I could take bricks not from work, but from being a human itself? Which led him to his next, even stranger experiment, living like a goat. Thomas began researching with engineers and scientists to figure out how could actually live like a goat. He spent months designing and building prosthetic limbs that would let him walk on four legs like a goat. Not only limbs and costume, he even created an artificial stomach system so he could safely digest grass. Finally, after all the preparation, he traveled to the Swiss Alps. He found there a goat farm and asked the question to the farmer that would make anyone pause. Hi, can I live with your goat for a week? So the first day was totally disaster. He kept falling and the prosthetic legs were painful and goat weren't impressed. Living as a goat was harder than he imagined. He had to eat grass, sleep outside, and keep up with the herd. But over the time, the goat began to accept him. For a brief moment, Thomas even forgot himself. He was a human. He experienced a real sense of peace, no stress, no overthinking, just living in the moment. After several challenging days, Thomas began to feel a strange connection with goat. He could move with heart and follow their rhythm. But finally, after several weeks, Thomas' experiment ended. Thomas returned to his normal human life. 2016, he wrote and published book GoatMan, detailing his unusual journey. His work and his experiment received a recognition as the Nobel Prize and continued his career in design and art. While he moved on from living as a goat, but project remains most famous and talk about experiment. The experiment wasn't being weird. It was about seeing life in different ways. The week Thomas lived as a goat show us how simple life can be when you don't take stress, overthinking, and that doesn't mean we have to be animals to feel it. Just take a small pause, break, and start living the moment. So with this, the story of a Thomas who lived among goats ends here. And what do you think about the story? Comment below. I would love to hear you. And if you really like this story, hit that subscribe button. Until the next bit from chaos. See you.